What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Reality Kingdom, where we put the real in reality, whatever. Period. I'm your host, Pharaoh. We're joined by one of co-hosts, Lee, and of course, our special guest, the host of Who All Gonna Be There podcast, Eric. Eric, baby, how you doing, King?
Oh, I am so glad to be in the kingdom. Thank y'all for inviting me back. It is nothing short of a pleasure, and I'm ready to talk about this raggedy week.
Very much so raggedy. Very much so raggedy. We are here to talk week 8 of Big Brother, whatever was going on the live feeds, which was some bullshit, and what's leading up, baby. And then we're gonna rate the players, all of that. Boom. Now, Eric, first I want to ask you, how you liking the season overall? Because this week it's like, okay, but the season overall, how are you feeling? This is a weird season.
It's a weird season because, people are like, oh, it's bad. Rachel has made the season worse. For me personally, but before it even started, I didn't want Rachel back. And when I saw her come down, I was like, no, she needs to play with people of her caliber. Wasn't really feeling it. However, overall, I think it's a really great season. Like, it has been flip-floppy. We don't know what's going to happen. But then our faves are in power. Then they're not in power, but they still making the moves that need to happen, that we need to happen. And I like it. I'm going to give it right now. I'd rate it a 7.5 out of 10.
No, I see that. It's really good. It's just been so weird for me. I want to look back on it after it's done. I want to let it finish, find out who the winner is, because that's gonna piss me. That might piss me off too. Hold on, right. That might be the last thing, and then I can look back and be like, "Am I fucking with this or if I'm not?" I really want the full results, and I'm not usually a results oriented. Usually that's Lee. Lee's like, when I get the full result, the ending. But for me, it's usually not that. But this time it's giving. I need the ending. I don't know.
Because it can go so many ways at this point. Yeah, we're down to final 9, whatever we're at.
Yeah.
It can go any way. Because our faves, I know we kind of talked about it before, they don't win nothing much. So it's like, if these role people start winning stuff in this back half of the game, it's going to look real bad. Real bad.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if it's just me, but I think that ever since I've started podcasting, for me, this season is the most least interested. I really do not like having to watch and then come talk about this season. I feel like it's always a lot going on. It's a bunch of people making dumb moves. It's people making moves that I don't personally like. I'm like, what am I attaching myself to at this point? I don't know. And maybe it's just a more personal thing that has nothing to do with the season at all. But it's just I do not like talking about this season. I really don't.
No, honestly, the dumb move part really irritates. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because I'm imagining all the people who would go in there and make the right moves. I was standing in line at that damn open casting call with 100 people, and none of them is in the house. And I'm like, wait a damn minute. Where's the people who were standing? Wait, somebody was.
Y'all not there. You standing in line for no reason. I'm sorry. I know I want to be on the show too, but I'm going to just call you out, say what it is. Quit standing in lines because they're not picking you. Because what's the point? You do all that, go through those rounds, and they already done picked the people they want in the house.
No, you know what? Quinn was at the open casting call. I believe he actually did say somebody was in the line I was standing in who's on the season. I don't remember who the fuck it was. I want to say it wasn't Keanu, but I believe he did say somebody was in that line. Now that I'm really going back in my memory, I need to ask him or something. But fuck them lines. Because what Eric said at the end of the day,
y'all gonna get this regular application with this little video and the little typed up ads. That's what you gonna get, because I'm not doing it. But I think you mentioned it a little bit. It's the recruit aspect of it. So many of these people, they don't know the game. They lied, say they super fans, and they ain't seen 2 seasons. And they get on here, the what you call it, the knockout comp. That pissed me off. As a fan,
oh my god!
Could you imagine this live? Oh, so anybody want to volunteer? No.
What?
Could you imagine Julie, Riley? I need you to pick someone. Zach, I need you to pick someone. What are we? Who's raising their hands?
What are we doing? What are we doing? That to be it.
This season is exhausting.
Girl, they in the chat.
The girls are clocking in the chat. Lee, is that a hat, a T-core?
Ooh, don't lie. Hold on, don't lie.
I just want y'all to know because I have been wearing this beanie for a while. This is a T-Core Couture original. I'm just all about supporting Black businesses.
Oh my god!
I knew T-Core before she was even on Big Brother. You know,
You met her at that party, right?
I met her at that party. You was at that party too.
I was there.
I know T-Core. Like, we go way back. We're like sisters, you know. She was back in London. I was in London with her. We both moved to Atlanta around the same time. So, you know, she made this specialty for me. You won't see this on the websites because this was specifically for
exclusive.
I would show you the tag, but she don't have her tag in this one, you know.
It's She by Shein is what it is.
Y'all, for the girls who don't know, who might not have caught all the feeds. This week on the feeds, Mickey has busted out her beautiful flower pink hat. Yes. She finally can wear it because her hair is down and luxurious. Mickey is a beautiful, beautiful woman.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous woman who lies. Because she said that this she said that this hat that she was wearing, that she busted out finally 60 days into the season, is a T-Core Couture original. That's what she told Rachel Riley. She was like, yes, this is T-Core's hat. And Rachel was like, that's T-Core? T-Core? And she was like, yes, the T-Core that was on the show. Like, I just feel like I love supporting exactly what Lee say. I love supporting Black business, da. Now, I had no reason not to believe this. It was a hat. It was crocheted. I was like, okay, it's not giving the same quality.
As soon as you said that she said that, because that day I wasn't even on the feeds like that. When you told me that she had said that, I took a look at the hat. I said, that's not giving T-Core.
Literally said,
the ink ran out. Something.
No, what kills me
is
the
little flaps weren't even, because she had she has those very distinctive like flaps thing. Yes. I don't know what you call them, but
and they weren't there.
Hers were very loose. They looked ironed out. Like, baby, the flower designs looked a mess. It just was not giving T-Core Couture. No. I don't know why she went on national TV and lied on my sister like that.
And lied on my sister, but this is what pisses me off. She had me mad at T-Core. I'm on the phone with Lee. I'm like, Lee, why are these hats $145? However much T-Core Couture is. I was like, why are these hats $145? Like, this shit looks crazy. And Lee was like, no, her hats are quality. I was like, have you seen what Mickey is wearing? Mickey is wearing a hat that I could find for $5 off of Shein. So I actually did.
You went to Canal Street somewhere and picked that hat up.
I actually did end up pulling it up. I was like, this is the same hat Mickey has on. She was wearing the pink one. Like, I was like, this literally hat she put on for $5.96 on Shein. So why the fuck is T-Core Couture called? She had me mad at the brand that she lied on. Why are you doing this?
Because Mickey, she's our SZA. Like, welcome to, like, close enough. Because y'all know SZA used to just be lying just to like
the freckles.
Yeah.
Girl. Mickey gonna bust out with some freckles one day. But
she lied about Cowboy Carter a few weeks ago. Don't know the album. We got a whole post.
But my thing is, she's also lying about other stuff allegedly. Obviously, because that was random. But also people have caught her now. They're like, she's saying that she was 2 or 3 years old in 1990. And then when they pull up her birthday, she was born in 1990. So they're like, how are you 2 or 3 years old? And it's like, wait a minute, Mickey, do you need to just bow out? And she does, because Ashley's on the block.
Yeah, I mean,
she does need to just bow out. But we
want Mickey gone or Vinny? Because I mean, that's what it's gonna be.
Who do we want gone versus who we want to stay is
two different.
I need Vince out, and we're gonna get Vince out this week.
And I do agree with that. I do agree that Vince.
I don't want to risk Ashley's life, but the ideal scenario is Mickey winning Blockbuster and Ashley staying next to Vince with Rachel, Ava, Will, and Mickey's vote. I do feel like that's very doable and possible because Mickey knows that she doesn't have a strong relationship with Vince as compared to someone like Morgan. Will is really indebted to Ashley. He does not like Vince like that. Ava, because of her connection with Will, is willing to vote out Vince. And then Rachel, of course, loves Ashley. So it's right there. Now, I'm only reason why I'm like, I don't want to risk Ashley's life because, you know, Ava has her reasons for disliking Ashley, but she seems to be unworking that a little bit. And then we know Mickey is off her rocker sometimes, but Mickey has always voted correctly. So I feel like we could still get Vince out. That's why I'm like, but I'm not like hoping for a Mickey Blockbuster because I honestly like, I just want Ashley to be safe. Like if we lost Ashley the last round before jury, when I tell you that would hurt harder than Mimi. Remember Mimi,
Yep.
BB25? When Mimi did not make jury, baby, I was pissed the fuck off. And I don't want to feel that again. So I'm really just hoping we can go ahead and get Mickey out. But Vince needs to go. So that is the reality I'm really hoping we get.
Real. What do you feel, Eric?
Personally, because I mean, I did draft Vinny on my draft, so it's like draft wise. I'm trying to clean, and Eli and Tree, they're gonna fire me up for it. They like let your draft go because the roach is on my draft too, and she won't leave, and I want her gone. But I have faith in Vinny. Vinny can still change his little whining, crying foolishness and turn on the game and actually play the game for real. And his back half can win the game and win me the draft again. But personally, if I go based on who I'm rooting for in the game for real, like the Rachel, the Ashleys, the Wills, he might gotta go.
Yeah, I agree.
Serves their game better than Vinny does.
I agree. For like my personal who I'm rooting for, I would prefer Vince to go. But if I'm taking bias out of it, honestly, if I'm just like, fuck it, this is just whatever it is, Mickey's game is dead in the water. And I think that's why I'm like, baby, you've been dead in the water for way too long. Like a part of this is not to compare the three. Well, I mean, fuck it. The same reason Kelley and Keanu really needs to go, it's becoming that for me for Mickey. No one is playing the game with her. She's not in any alliances. They kind of just, she's not a part of anything. They continue to talk shit about her to this day. And it's like, all three of y'all need to go low key. Like, y'all aren't ingratiated in anything.
Mickey's entertaining.
Like, I don't find at least she's protecting my faves. Like, she's protecting my faves. She's entertaining. I'll take that. Honestly, personally, I mostly hate Kelley because even for Keanu isn't my type of entertaining, but he's involved in the game. You know, he's involved. Without Keanu, this season would change. Period. The season would be definitely different without Keanu. So him being here, I'm like, okay, you're doing something. And it's like, Kelley, go the fuck home. Honestly, for me, Ava and Lauren can go too. Like, if you're not impacting this season, why are you all the way in jury? And I think that's my problem with the blockbuster. My potential problem with the blockbuster. I'm like, too many people make jury that quite literally have not impacted the game in a way that matters. Like, I don't know why Kelley is still here.
Because of the blockbuster. And I know, and I've had this conversation with people too, that, but shouldn't she be considered a good player because she keep winning? No, because the object is not to be on the block, to have to win yourself off the block. You should be able to have a social game, which doesn't exist for her, to stay off the block. And you have no allegiance to anyone. No one has allegiance to you. Oh, well, I mean, I guess Keanu do, but you don't even like him. So that's another thing. You got people who want to work with you, a person, and you don't even like them. So it's like, what's not clicking?
Literally.
So she needs to go tonight.
She does need to go. There's literally nothing for her. She has nothing left for me. There's nothing left in the game for her. I need her to go immediately.
Major. I hate that Keanu and Kelley are both in jury. They're two wash ass jury votes. Like, and I hate the idea that, because I know Kelley is not going to win, but I hate that Keanu, I don't know if he's going to have a chance to win as far as like a jury. Especially if the judges are controlling the votes. But it's just like, I hate that he's someone that I could see in that end game, and it's just like, I don't think it's deserved. Like, I'm just sick of it. Like, now I'm like, get rid of the blockbuster, because like last year it wasn't a big issue. Like, people like Tucker, he still got cut before, and I was like, okay, I don't mind that. You know, Mackenzie, I think she really proved herself as like a relevant character towards the end game, so I really didn't mind that. I just feel like with Keanu, I don't really care how relevant he is if he's gonna remain delusional and crazy. You know, like at some point you have to turn it on, and I don't see a point where he turns it on. I see him being delusional the entire time. And Kelley is just like a non-factor. Like, she has this one-sided beef with people. She is refusing to vote like deserving people. Like, she is refusing to vote Rachel in the end game just because she personally doesn't like Rachel. It's just like so many things I feel like both of them bring to the show, but I'm just like not fucking with. Like, I do not like them.
I can see that. Keanu, I have mixed feelings with Keanu because the misogyny is there. We see it. We called it that. Mickey has called it, right message, wrong messenger. But we see it in his delusion of that you can't really play a good game unless it's somebody that's a man.
Right.
And he refuses to see that that's how he is. Like, even the whole Ashley calling him out on all this stuff. He's like, I've never talked down to women. I've never, you do. And he doesn't see it. And that's the problem. The problem is almost worse than doing it intentionally, is that you don't even know that you're doing it, because it has ramifications that you don't even see that is happening. And it's made every decision in this house that he has done has been because of that. Like Rachel, and this is not even me being biased, Rachel, because I always love Rachel, always defend Rachel. But unbiasedly, she has tried to coach him to play this game the way, you know, we all like to see the game be played. But because of his biases, he's refused to listen. And he's made decisions like, okay, he's going to throw Vince up. It was boss. I loved it. His conversations with Vince, like I said, the first 8 hours his HOH, perfect. He was not paying Vince any mind. He was letting him cry. He was letting him grovel, and he still threw him up on the block, as you should, because he deserved it. But you did all this back work, all this, oh, should I backstab Ashley? I'm going to lie to Rachel. I'm going to drag Rachel. Should I throw Rachel up? All to save Vinny, because you don't want to be the last man standing in the house. Literally.
It's very weird. It's very weird. And I feel like what Lee is saying as well, like what both of y'all are saying, like I feel like the game is now rewarding bad gameplay just because, or they're allowing bad gameplay to seep through because of the twist, the blockbuster twist. And I'm always a fan of bad gameplay deserves to get punished and they need to get the fuck out of the game, and good gameplay should succeed. And I feel like if the blockbuster is going to waver that too much, then that's where it's like, either y'all need to stop it earlier. I think maybe just 5 weeks, because I think the main issue was last week, why the fuck could Kelley even play a block? She should have went the fuck home. And I think that's the problem. I think the problem is that it's starting to change the results of the game too much, to where it's like, if you're playing Big Brother good, you should make it to the end. There shouldn't be 4 or 5 competitions saving you in Big Brother. I think it's just losing the authenticity. But we got Kelley stands in the chat. Keegan says, love y'all. Just moved to my dorm. Stan Queen Kelley. Well,
congratulations to college. But
congrats to your dorm. Your college dorm. Very much so that. But yeah, we could get into the week if we want to, I guess. I don't. But we're here.
We're here. We look, Keanu HOH, he beat them in a mental comp like judges.
Oh my God. Let me pull it up. Hold on. Let me pull the people up. Oh, not Chaco. Ciao. These are the people in the game. As you see, Keanu won this week's HOH. He initially nominated Mickey, Vince, and Morgan. Morgan won the veto, barely used it on herself. And he decided to renominate Ashley as the renom. The final nominees are Mickey, Vince, and Ashley. Now, quickly, Eric, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this HOH, y'all, because it was a mental HOH. And Keanu and Kelley, and I will say, this is what I'll say about Kelley. Kelley was the last 3 in the last mental HOH that Rachel won as well. So clearly she's good at mental. Keanu was not. I don't know what happened.
He locked in is what he did.
I don't know what happened. No, he was very angry that entire episode. Like, he was passionate in that diary room. He was passionate up there. Like, I think he was just motivated by Vince playing in his face every week. But Keanu wins the HOH. Man, we're not gagging. He then decides his target is going to be Morgan. He gags Vince all week, telling him, bitch, I'm putting you up. You played in my face. You did da-da-da-da. He has this long conversation. Vince is whining and crying about it. What do y'all think of Vince whining and crying? I've heard a lot of other people talk about it. I want to know y'all thoughts.
Lee, you want to go first with me?
I mean,
I thought he was, oh, please, no. He was begging.
I'll beg, Keanu. It's 1 week before jury. Please don't do this to me. Any other week, man. It's just not this week. Please, I won't use it. I promise I won't use the veto on her. I promise. Just don't do it. Not you, Keanu. Please, not you.
Not you.
He said, I don't need you to beg. I need you to win.
No, I'm sorry. Keanu was gagging him, y'all. I know. I'm not even the biggest fan of Keanu. Everything Keanu said to that man was real. He said, "You don't win this game by being a punk." He said, "You win." He didn't say that, but something along the lines. He said, "You win this game by being an active game player, and you're walking around being passive and letting them run over you and da 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 da." I think my thing with Vince is, why are you crying? If you're gonna do what you're gonna do, I don't understand how you regret it every single time. It's like you've done 4, 5, 6, 7 things and you regretted all of them. And at first I was like, he's lying. He doesn't regret it, but he genuinely does regret it. And I think that's where I'm getting confused.
I don't know. I don't think he does. That's a part of his gameplay. Because if you remember from his intro, he said his wah-wah is his strategy. Wing it and adapt. He gonna do what he gonna do. And then if he gonna bring out the tears, that's what he feels like is gonna work, and it's worked for him. Keanu is just sick of it now. And so Lauren still fall for it. Morgan still fall for it a little bit. Yeah. But Keanu is like, oh no, I'm giving you too many chances. The tears, you can cry all you want to, but you'll cry out the door because I don't. If you gonna, if you ain't gonna win nothing, he literally told him, he's like, if you can't win, why do I need you?
Yeah, that's T. That's T. I think Keanu's issue with these noms was he told Vince his target is Morgan. He wants to put up Vince so that Vince doesn't use a veto on Morgan, and then Mickey can be the pawn. The issue is that he doesn't want Vince to go home, and this is what Vince had a good argument, quotations, if you're considering what Keanu's delusional mind is thinking. It's like Keanu delusionally is nominating Vince but doesn't want Vince to go home. Nigga, if you don't want him to go home, why are you putting him up? And that's what Vince was saying. He was like, wait a minute. You don't want me to go, though. So why am I nominated? And I think that's the main problem with these noms and why he's panicking with this veto situation, because you didn't want Vince to go home and y'all don't have the votes. He should have just put up Ashley from the get-go.
Yeah. But Big Brother 101, do not put up someone who you are not willing to see go home, because we know in Big Brother, the pawn go home, blind sides happen, anything can go wrong. Yeah. Any plan that you have can go awry and your person will go home. So even though he did it to be petty and it was for our entertainment and we loved it, good for us. But game wise, you do not put up someone that you are wanting to go, because that means you want me to go home. And I can't forget it, because that means I'm expendable to you. If you can put me on the block, mad at me or not, pawning me or not, that means you are okay with seeing me go home. Because I may not win a veto. I may not win a blockbuster. And they may flip the vote, just like they did on Riley. So it was stupid. It wasn't even delusional. It was just stupid gameplay. Petty, entertaining, but stupid.
Yeah, very much so. I feel like he should have just put up Ashley, Morgan, and Mickey, or Ava. You know, I don't know why he has this random, I don't want to put up Ava thing as well.
They best friends now.
Girl, I don't know what that is, because after he does his initial noms, Morgan finally wins a comp after literally 80 days. Let me get off. No shade.
All of it.
But she finally wins a comp, and this is when Keanu comes up with this plan. And this is why, at the end of the day, although this nigga needed to be out of the house, I just have no choice to be okay with Keanu. Keanu plays the game. I don't care if he's delusional. Well, I do care that he's delusional. That does bother me a lot, actually. But I like that he actively tries to play. He's like, Vince, you know what? We could just ask Morgan to use the veto on you. We could just come up with this plan, try to get Morgan to use the veto on you. We'll tell her we're renomming Lauren, so that way we can make sure Vince stays. But in actuality, I'll renom Ashley. We'll play in her face. The gag is, it kind of almost worked. And I think that's why I'm like, I gotta, at least Keanu's playing. And that's why active gameplay gets rewarded. He's actively playing the game. That's why he wasn't nommed during Rachel's HOH. He's always talking to Rachel. He's always doing something, very much something. Bunch of dumb shit.
But it's something.
But something. So he comes up with this plan. Y'all, why does it almost work? Because I don't have an answer.
Ridiculous. Morgan, she going to the bottom of the ranking. I don't care. Kelley gonna be down there, but she gonna be right there with her, because you don't have no veto around your neck and talk about, I'm gonna use it on the person next to me. I don't care if your mama was sitting on the block. Use that veto on yourself. And if she were to have used that on him, she would have deserved. I would have wanted her to go home, because there will be order in the Big Brother streets. It is always set in stone. If you have a veto or power and you on that block and you don't use it to save yourself, you go home. It's always been that way. It worked over here in US. It worked the same way in Canada. So it's gonna continue to work that way. If you don't save yourself, you deserve to go home.
Period.
And she was this close to deserving to go home.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of these players, they're really big fans of like Tucker. They've recently seen BB26, so it's giving like maybe they saw Tucker do it, so it's like, oh well, you know, you can use it on someone else and still stay in the game. Like I feel like maybe, you know, there's like some different like lore now after BB26, because I feel like that's kind of what happened with BB16. It was like really like a transitional period for Big Brother, and I feel like with the personalities and the gameplay we saw in 26, it's kind of being replicated, but specifically through personalities like Tucker, Angela, maybe a little bit Quinn, where it's like it's a bunch of just like dysfunctional people.
I can honestly see that, and it's like 26 was a really good season. I love the ending, right? I think they've watched it too much, and now they're trying to replicate, like you said, replicate some of the things that happened on that season, because they've seen that, oh, people like this, oh, that was cool, oh, this was entertaining, this was rewarded. So they're trying to replicate, or they're trying to play for America rather than play for themselves and make decisions that make sense for their games. They're trying to go based off what happened last season. This ain't last season. This is a whole completely different season. And I believe somebody said it on Twitter too, is like who they watch, if they've watched the show, plays a part in how they play, because they mentioned how Vanessa watched Dan, and that's how she was able to understand how to, maneuver through adversity. Whereas, Derek didn't have much adversity, but you can tell Vince watched a lot of Derek. And so now he doesn't know how to really navigate adversity as well as other players. And so I think they've just watched all these other people on last season. That's why you need to go back. That's why we need to bring the old tapes back to show them how you play the game, so they can see that there are multiple ways to play this game correctly and not stupid.
Very much so. I think it's very much so that. And there's also I think there's this false sense of security with the blockbuster, because not that these moves wouldn't be happening as often, but a part of me feels like because it's 3 nominees, it kind of feels like you're a little more safe than you are, because you have this other competition. You feel a little more safe. I think that's why Zach is cocky. Zach was very cocky that week, and I think a part of him was like, "Well, shit, I'm gonna win the blockbuster anyway." It's like, no, or I'm gonna get the votes because I have the votes against this person. I think people are getting confused. Like even Morgan, considering it, baby, you don't have the votes. You don't really have the votes, honey. You don't know who he's putting up. I think she just had this weird sense of well, I kind of do have the votes. I definitely got the votes against Mickey, and I kind of do have the votes, and I can win the blockbuster. Too many things are happening in people's minds, so they start doing dumb shit, which I think is entertaining, which is why they will probably keep the blockbuster. But I think it's causing a bunch of this season very weird. I don't like all the weird shit.
But also, back to Zach. I don't know. I'm pretty sure y'all talked about
get him,
because we talked about it too. You didn't have the votes. You knew there is no I had the votes. You knew you didn't have the votes on Sunday. I was sitting on my couch when Ashley basically told you she wasn't gonna vote for you. Lauren, your girl, already told you that she didn't tell you she was 50-50. She said she don't know where her vote was going.
She said she don't know.
You knew before the veto ceremony that nobody guaranteed you your vote. That should have been enough for you to take yourself off the block.
And that's what we lead into this cast. Not that casting did a bad job, because I think they're entertaining. Yeah. But when it comes to the gameplay, I think they just didn't give a fuck. They were like, I don't care that none of these people are friends. They quite literally got 15 recruits, 1 fan allegedly, and Rachel Riley. It was crazy what they did with the casting this season, and it always annoys me because it's like, bitch, I'll be applying. Why am I not here?
Hello.
And it's I think maybe they prefer the entertainment. I think the entertainment of Zach not using it is more interesting than the good gameplay of him using it. I think they would rather that moment than to not have that. Julie slapping him on the back of the head, recreating Marcellus. They love that happened. So in my mind, I'm like, they might just continue. Well, hey, this was a good entertaining season. We don't need any fans. We need one Lauren who's pretty, and that's it. It's giving that, and it's I don't love that because, like Lee said earlier, it's a weird energy trying to keep up with the strategy of it all.
There's none. There is no strategy. Survivor and Big Brother, they need to switch because and I know we talking about Big Brother, but Survivor, they cast too many fans, too many game bots, and Big Brother cast too many recruits, and they need to. For a minute, let's put some people here that know how to play the game. Everybody don't have to see all 27 seasons, all live feeds, read all the poster boards, being in the tag. But people who genuinely love and know how to play the game, that's what we want to see. You don't have to be super fans, but people who know the game, I think, will make it interesting and entertaining because they understand how to entertain, but they also know how to play the game. We get entertainment for sure this season, but gameplay, if it wasn't for Rachel, what gameplay? Vince is playing a game. I'll give him that, but it's
well, man. But yeah, that was how the week ended up. Morgan did using her power veto barely. She did actually use it, and Keanu renowned Ashley. So going into Thursday, we have Ashley, Vince, and Mickey on the block. If Mickey wins the blockbuster, I guess that's the hardest one. So let's not do that. If Vince wins the blockbuster, Mickey's going home. If Ashley wins the blockbuster, Mickey's going home. Mickey's going home. If she wins it, is when it's looking like 4-3. Rachel, Will, Ava, Mickey will all evict Vince, and then Morgan, Kelley, and Lauren will all evict Ashley. And we're kind of hoping that Ava doesn't waver on that vote.
That's why he should have threw her up there. If he wanted to be entertaining, what he should have did was I believe I have a prompt. Ava, take a seat.
No, for real though. Literally. So we'll see on Thursday. It's given heavy. Mickey could go home, but Mickey won that blockbuster. She literally won a blockbuster before. Neither of them, Ashley nor Vince, have. So it's like, it could be that scenario where Vince goes home. But also I think Mickey, it is feeling like the energy in the world. Like you lying now, you starting to lie. Hold on now. Something about the energy in the world is giving her times up a little bit. But yeah, we can get into the player ratings. Let's get into the real tea. Let's get into our real thoughts. First of all, Eric, last week Kat went home. Thank God. We can rate her overall. We do 0 to 10s. We do 0.5s if you would like. What would you rate Kat overall as a player? Not that 2. That means much. Oh, what'd you say? You said it fast.
2.
I know that's right. Any thoughts? 2. Or just prayers?
Sorrows, prayers.
Amen. I'm gonna have to give Kat a 1. Like her man. You literally did nothing.
She wanted me though. That's about it.
Yeah. Lee, I don't have any more thoughts.
Yeah, I'm going with the 2 as well.
Real. That's it on her. I'm sick of her. I'm sick of looking at her face. Why was she here? Oh my God. Next, within the game, we do have Kelley. Kelley is still here. Unfortunately, I gave Kelley a 0.5 last week. I'm going to keep Kelley at the 0.5 this week. God damn it. There is quite literally nothing there. I need to just give her the 0.
She gets nothing from me. 0.
Oh, okay. Let me just give her the 0. Fuck it. I'm giving her the 0. We are 8 weeks. We are 8 weeks in the game. You have nothing going for you. You know, your only ally is Keanu. No one else gives a fuck about you. I guess Lauren's stuck with you. It's just and I kind of don't care. Like even if she has something, she's not winning the game. You know, no one really respects her. She has an extremely hard time getting to the end. She's so delusional about everything she believes.
And she lies too.
And she lies. It's not worth anything. 0. I'm sorry. I'm over it. Lee.
I mean, I just see her in the same position every week, so I'm gonna stick with my 1.5.
Real.
Like, and that's another thing. Like, how are we 8 weeks in and y'all position ain't improved one bit? Like
that's where I'm like, I'm done giving her a score because it's been this for the She's been at the bottom. She's been at the bottom the entire season. She's been the bottom 2. I can't do that. I just can't do that. Mickey is next. Lee, how do you feel about Mickey?
Mickey, she is going home unanimously, damn near, if she loses the blockbuster, which isn't great. She's been on a downward spiral since her HOH, and she really hasn't been able to like come out of that. Now, people like Rachel, Will, and Ashley, they are willing to keep Mickey. Mickey's biggest downfall, I think, even after everything she did, was losing Ava, which was, I don't know, that was kind of random only because it seemed like Ava started flipping when the tie started flipping. And then, of course, Mickey started being more and more delusional. So it kind of turned Ava off more and more. It's weird, though, because ever since Ava kind of had that feeling towards Mickey, she hasn't really changed on that. Like Rachel, Will, Ashley, even Morgan to a certain extent have felt the way about Mickey, but they've also recognized that maybe she doesn't necessarily need to go right now. And I do think it's better for the people in the judges and someone like Ava for someone like Mickey to stay in the game because it does protect them, and I think also would protect Ava to a certain extent. But Mickey is not someone that you can predict. She has mentioned using Ava as a pawn before. She's mentioned going against Ashley and things like that. So I can see why someone would still have very strong opinions about her. It's just, I don't think in the vote next to Vince, you keep Vince over Mickey. Like, Vince gotta go. And I wish she would see that because that could be 4 votes to keep Mickey as well. But, you know, a lot of that is Mickey's own fault. You know, I can't really fault Ava for feeling away because Mickey did get weird. And, you know, it's really on her because she's the one in danger right now. And she doesn't really even have the forethought to be able to really fix these relationships or campaign for votes because she thinks she's staying regardless, which is insane to me because she's not at all. You know, I've been trying to like give her some grace. Like last week, I thought she did really good in helping make sure that who wasn't the renom? Who was
O'Reilly? Oh, damn, I forgot. I forgot what happened. Oh, Kat got
Ashley.
nommed instead of Rachel. Instead of Rachel.
Yes, yeah. Because Vince was the HOH, and they were fighting to make sure Rachel didn't go up. Mickey did a really good job in making sure that did not happen. And for a second there, it seemed like the judges were okay with trying to like give her like an olive branch, but when you're such a big target, like you're going to end up on the block, and they have to decide between you and people that they like, and they're not going to choose you. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just give her I'll give her the 1.
Yeah. Eric.
Yeah, her bags they got her bed ready at Disneyland. So when she get evicted, she got a place to be. But I'm gonna say a 2. I'm gonna give her a 2 because she did try to, she fought for Rachel last week, which was good. And she's entertaining because the lies have been cracking me up.
Period.
It was even funnier I don't know if it was earlier today or yesterday, but she was having a conversation she was in a conversation with Vinny and I believe Ashley. I want to say it was Ashley, and he was like, "I just can't believe Keanu put me up." She's like, "Yeah, who puts their own ally up? That's crazy." And he was like, "That's what I'm saying, bro. It makes no sense." And she just sit there with her shades, just kind of looking around, and it was just perfect.
The delusion is so bad. It's damn near close to Keanu delusion. Like she's so. Why does she think she's staying? I think I wouldn't even be so upset with her, or like I wouldn't be so hard on her if she wasn't so delusional herself, because then I would be like, oh, okay, at least this is what's happening. The tides are changing. She has zero awareness that she's been at the bottom of the game for 3 weeks, and she's been nominated for 3 weeks. You've been nominated 3 weeks in a row, and you don't know you're on the bottom, or you don't know something's wrong. Like that's weird.
Baby.
That's what's confusing me. I think she's made comments here and there of like, oh, this is that. Like you could tell she's feeling something, but I think she just has so much of a, I don't know, chip on her shoulder. I don't know. She's just very proud of herself. She has a lot of pride.
She believes that she still thinks she's week 2 Mickey and week 1 Mickey.
And why is that? So I think that's my problem. I just have to give her the 1. She's going home if she doesn't win the blockbuster. And if she does, she still could go home. Yes. Oh no, she's still going home. She still could go home next week. Like I don't see anyone caring about.
The bridges are burnt.
Like they don't like the bridges are burnt. Ashley was just talking shit about her today on the feeds. Ashley was talking shit about her, and it's like, why are they still talking shit about you? Like even if they decide to keep her, she's still gonna be at the bottom because she doesn't do herself favors. But we move. Next is Ava. Eric, any thoughts?
Ava Pearl. See, she honestly has like not a big of a fall from grace like Mickey did, because like week 1 through 4, maybe 5, Ava, I was like really feeling Ava. But all she do is sleep. I love a good nap. I'm the king of naps. But she refuses to actively play this game as well. She kind of started doing it last week, trying to form that foolishness with Kelley and Lauren and Kat, all that stuff that she's trying to do. But Ava, I don't know. She does nothing for me anymore, unfortunately. So I'm going to give although she is kind of safe, because Kat said, anybody sit next to her, you're going home. That's obviously you don't want to be on a block, but that's a good thing to know. It's like, oh, well, if I do hit this block, unfortunately, I know I'll be here, which is kind of the case for the most part. So I'll give her a 3.
Yeah. I gave her a 2 last week because she's not doing much. This week, I think she actually is doing a little more than she usually does, because I guess she felt she was. I don't know what happened. She woke up from her nap, but she actually did kind of have conversations with Keanu. Yeah, and she was like, "Well, Keanu, da da da." She took it well that he was considering her, and then she took it well whenever he was telling her that it might be her or her, and then eventually he was like, "You know what? I'm not going to put up Ava because we have this developing relationship which doesn't exist, but he believes so, and I think Ava makes him comfortable enough." So I feel better than that. I'll give her a 3. I don't know. She's still not doing a lot. 3. Lee.
Yeah, with Ava, I do recognize that she has a lot of good relationships in the game. With jury coming up, and kind of throughout this week, this judges alliance isn't something that's necessarily stable. I do think we're at a point to where they would choose someone like Ava over Vince. And if Vince leaves this week, I do think that solidifies Ava with their side. Even if someone like Mickey goes, I do think that they will still turn to Ava as a vote for them, which is good for her. People like Kelley, Lauren, and Keanu are not worried about her either. They see her as a potential number for their side as well. And I think she's doing a good job at making all of these people feel like she's someone for them, even though she is a little bit more leaning towards, I would say, the judges mainly because of Will. Like the only reason why she's even considering voting out Vince over Ashley is because of Will. So I think that she's in a good position. I don't think she's going to be targeted. I don't think she's going to be sent home for a while. Is she going to get respect if she makes it to like a final two? I don't know. Like I was saying to Pharaoh off the podcast, like, could Will and Ava be our Chemo and Rubina of the season, where it's like they're not really winning the comps, they're like pivotal votes, but like, you know, are they going to be able to win these in-game comps and get themselves to the end? I don't really know, but I do think Ava's probably going to be here for a while, so I'm going to just give it a 5.
Ugh, I know that's right. I know that's right. Next we have Keanu. He's the HOH this week. I don't think he had a great HOH. I don't think it was smart to put up Vince. He was trying to like be spiteful, I guess. Like he's fucking Zeus, the Greek god. I don't know. It wasn't his place really. He needs to let the universe do what it do. But he fucked his HOH up because Vince could go home. If Mickey wins the blockbuster, Vince could go the fuck home. That's terrible for Keanu. He doesn't really have anywhere to go. He doesn't have any allies other than not even Vince. Vince wasn't even really a good ally for him because Vince don't really give a fuck. Kelley and Lauren. No one else really prioritizes him. Rachel was kind of over him at the beginning of this week for sure. She's definitely probably going to be over him now that he put up Ashley. Like she doesn't like that shit, and now she has the numbers. He's going to be ass out. He's probably going to be on the block if anybody but Kelley or Lauren win the HOH. And honestly, he probably will be the target due to him being so. He's just the biggest. He's the biggest entity there. He's the only one who's won an HOH. Well, Lauren has, but no one gives a fuck about her. He won an HOH. Kelley hasn't. You know, he's won a lot of vetoes. Kelley only has won the blockbusters. He could go the fuck home next week. Because he's not that good of a player. You know, he's been active. I think maybe a Rachel could still keep a bond with him for some reason. But other than that, it's like you're just not doing much. You're not doing much at all. And this isn't the best week, but it could be a good week because Mickey could go home. And then it's like, I guess that's a good thing for Keanu because Mickey would have put him up. But I'm gonna give him a 3.
Yeah,
I guess. Lee.
I mean, I don't even think it's necessarily a good thing if Mickey goes home because it's like she's going home next to either maybe Ashley, but likely next to Vince because he hasn't been killing these competitions. And it's like the fact that Vince is still on the block in danger of going home and this is someone that he wants to work with, it's crazy to me. Like the only reason why he even came up with the plan of having Morgan use the veto on Vince is because he really wanted Vince to come off the block. Like after nominating him, he immediately was like, oh well, I plan on winning veto and using it on him. So it doesn't make any sense for you to nominate someone that you want to come off the block and you want to stay this week, and now you're doing things like going to Ava and trying to throw Morgan and Mickey and Rachel under the bus and things like that. She's not even fully believing it because she has people on her side who, like Will, who are saying like, no, you know, Keanu may be trying to get in between you. Like if Mickey wins this blockbuster, he is going to get his worst case scenario where Morgan, Mickey, and Ashley, 3 people he will want to see go home, not go home because he put up Vince. And even when these people are telling him, if you want Vince to stay, putting up Ashley is not going to help because Ashley will stay, which we just went over the votes. She will stay. He didn't care. He's not going to listen to a woman, and Vince didn't push hard enough. So he's like, I don't care. I'm going to put up Ashley because I made this relationship with Ava. Ava doesn't even like him.
Doesn't.
So it's like, this is not a successful HOH in my opinion. Even if he accidentally gets Mickey out, bitch, it was an accident. It came down to the blockbuster.
It was very much so.
He did not set up a block to ensure that someone he wanted to go home goes home. He doesn't control the votes. He thought he could, but he does not. So for me, it's a bust. Like I gave him a 2 last week. I'm gonna just give him the 2 again, because I just feel like he didn't improve himself at all with his HOH.
You're clocking.
Eric? I 1000% agree. His position in the game did not improve. It honestly got worse because I know a lot of people talk trash about Rachel. Why are you going back to him last week? Why after he did all that, he threw you on the bus, he tried to get you on the block? Well, we see that it obviously paid off, right? Because he didn't nominate her. But it's you lost the one person who has been fighting for you since week 1. Remember, she kept him off Vince's block week 1. Rachel did that because he was supposed to go up. And you have constantly thrown her under the bus, betrayed her trust, tried to get her nominated, tried to re-nominate her again this week. So don't let her find out. I don't know if she found that part out yet. but don't let her find out that you tried to or thought about renominating her again this week, because she's done. After you put up Ashley, she is done with him. Thankfully, like, she needed to see it written out clearly in blood that this man cannot be trusted. But going to the point about him nominating Vince, stupid. Petty, again, entertaining, absolutely. But it made no sense for your game, because I think he nominated him. He was like, oh shoot, if Vince go home, it's only gonna be me and Will in here. What man am I gonna listen to? Because me and Will ain't close. So who am I gonna trust in this game? And now he's trying to backtrack. And I'm gonna put some blame on Vince a little bit. So Vince, I'm gonna take his down a little bit when we get to him, because Vince did not try hard enough to save himself, because he should have been pushing for Lauren to get up on that block. Definitely should have, but because of the situation they are in, and Vince could go home, and that is going to hurt Keanu severely. He gets a. I'm gonna give him a 3 because he entertained me for the first 8 hours of his HOH.
Period. I'm going. Lee, you got me. I'm gonna give him a 2. I'm over it. I'm also over Mickey. Mickey's going down. I'm giving Mickey a 0.5. Why on the feeds? Mickey just told Vince, you know, if I know I have the votes, I won't go as hard in the blockbuster, so that way Vince can win the blockbuster and I don't have to make the decision of evicting Ashley. What are you talking about? Why is Mickey talking? Mickey is talking to Vince about potentially throwing the blockbuster to him because she thinks
I just saw that update. I mean, you just never know with Mickey. Like, she could just be lying. She could be telling the truth. I don't think she.
Why are you lying and saying that?
Gonna throw.
That's not a good lie.
I saw in the update that she's like, well, if you can help me get these people's votes, then it'll be fine. So I think she's trying to say, I think she's going to go for it regardless. It's just if she loses, she's trying to make it seem like, oh, I was looking out for you. Get me these votes. Keep me over Ashley. But that's
0.5. This is a terrible lie. Because if he tells somebody that, and they're like, oh, Mickey's trying to throw the block, then it's like, bye, Mickey. Definitely bye, Mickey. Even if there was a chance for her to, she doesn't have votes. Like, even if there was a chance, all Vince has to do is tell the judges this, and the judges will be like, well, never mind. We're not going to save Mickey over Vince. We're evicting Mickey unanimously. Bye. Like, just stupid. She's so stupid. What is that? Shut up. We move on.
It's about as bad as her being on the block with Riley talking about, yeah, we got to see how we can get you the votes.
Oh, don't remind me. Next is... Like, goddamn. Next is Vince. Lee, how you feel about Vince? You gave him that one last time. I know that's right, honey.
I mean, do I see any reason to move it up? I don't know.
What you gave him on what?
I mean, with Vince, he got put up by one of the allies that he's been protecting. Even though he hasn't necessarily been doing what's best for Keanu's game, there's no reason why he should have touched the block this week. I don't think that's fully Vince's fault. I think Keanu is just delusional because right after making the move, Keanu wanted him off the block. Like, you have to be realistic in Big Brother. I think a lot of people view this game from an emotional and reactive standpoint, and that leads a lot of people to play the game from an emotional, reactive standpoint. Even if Vince weren't doing things that were helping his game as far as keeping his certain allies in the game, Vince was not going after Keanu. He literally said that the one person I'm not putting up last week was Keanu. Therefore, Keanu does not have any business going after Vince at all, period. The same way Lauren has no business going after Vince, and she's not, because she needs him in this game. At the end of the day, you have to recognize who the bigger enemy is, and at this point, you had no business trying to put Vince on the block to be petty. But at the end of the day, it's a lot of Vince's own gameplay that led him to this position as well. So I think it's a mixture of Keanu being delusional and just a lot of Vince having a very passive and weaselly gameplay that makes people look at him like, you know, ill. Like, I don't really want to necessarily be associated with that. And it's weird because I don't want to go in too much, because truly he just should not be on the block on a Keanu HOH. And yes, he's made some very weird decisions with his own personal game that affects people like Keanu and Lauren. But like, I don't think he did anything last week or this week that necessarily entails him being nominated and potentially going home. You know, especially when the HOH is fully regretting even doing the move now. So that's where I'm like, I don't really fully know what to give him. In general, you know, he stays if he's next to Mickey. If next to Ashley, he likely goes, but he has people like Morgan heavily fighting for his votes, and he has Lauren and Kelley as set votes, so that's really good. Keanu is fighting for him to stay. I mean, I gave him a 1 last week, so I can't go higher than that. I'm gonna just give him. I'm gonna give him the 1.5.
Period. Eric.
Vince. I'm have to look at it. Like, I'm sick of the whining, sick of the crying. I need him to stand up.
Oh my God.
Please stand up. Make the moves you're gonna make and just be with it. Like if crying and whining is a part of your, if you want to be this year's Frenzel and what's old girl name that we like, Vanessa, so be it. But at least be in the DR, be like, oh y'all, I'm turning on these little tears.
Right.
Let us know something that we know this isn't you actually, all this self-deprecation. I'm saying I'm such a, cussing himself out, calling himself this and that. I'm just like, I'm over it. I would give him a 1 for that. But gameplay wise, the fact that he shouldn't be on the block on the Keanu's HOH is important. However, the fact that Keanu immediately regretted wanted to put him up and fighting for him to stay. Morgan almost giving up her own life in the game, which made no sense, absolutely zero sense to use the veto on him again. So this is the second person willing to use the veto on this man. He's doing something. Mm-hmm. And if he makes it through this week, I don't know who's really going to be coming for him because we got Keanu as a target and we got Kelley as a target before him. Mm-hmm. And he has a potential to make it much further in this game if he survives this week. So I think he, as much of an annoying, whining baby he's been, and a, adulterer in people's eyes on the feeds. Listen, even production in the episode, y'all, they clicked them with the hug. They had the long hugs multiple times. They put it in there. And the shower scene, I know y'all saw them in the shower. They both.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
They gonna get them for that. But I'm gonna give it a 4.
Real. Yeah, I agree. Actually, he did it to himself by playing Keanu's face over and over and over again. I'll give you that. But at the end of the day, Keanu shouldn't have put him up, like y'all said. I think my biggest thing where I'm like, damn, he low-key is like kind of not bad at this game is because Ashley and Rachel have had conversations and they're like, we shouldn't target Vincent Morgan moving forward. Like, we should work with them for two more weeks. They're like, let's just work with the judges for 2 more weeks. Rachel has said that to Ashley like all week. So it's like he actually is to the point where Rachel isn't even going to target him now once he stays. She wants to work with the judges for 2 more weeks. And that's mostly because Kelley fucking hates her for no reason. So she has to focus on Kelley. She doesn't really talk to Lauren, doesn't talk to anybody. God damn it. So she knows she has to target Kelley and Lauren, and she's upset with Keanu right now because Keanu just played in her face. So it's like he is now probably cost himself 2 more weeks because he honestly probably because being on the block, because he's on the block, he can't really do much. So now Rachel's like, well, he's not doing shit to me. It's Keanu who's pissing me off. Right. It's Kelley and Lauren who's pissing me off. So now he's safe with the judges if he stays. He's probably still safe. Not even probably. He's definitely still safe with Lauren and Kelley moving forward because they need him. He's in the prime position again, he's on the block, on the block. He's in the prime position. The only issue is he still could go home, which is why I'm going to keep him at that 3.5, because he does have a good chance of going home if Mickey wins the blockbuster, which she has won before. And then but if he stays, it's like he's back in damn near the best position, and it's like that's something. But
well, he's leaving this week, which is amen. Which is why my 1.5 is accurate. I just wanted to throw that out there. I see the scores a little bit high. I do. I'm just letting y'all know.
Girl, Mickey gonna throw that blockbuster to him. He gonna let him have that blockbuster.
Baby, Mickey is winning it. Mickey is winning it.
She gonna throw it. According to her.
Look. You, the woman just got outed for being a serial liar. You're believing that she's telling Vince of all people? That she gonna throw the blockbuster to him?
She took out Jimmy. She could do anything at this point. She took out the man lotioning her up.
Delusional. And
a delusional person would throw that blockbuster.
She's not that.
Thinking she has all the votes. That's her problem. Because if she didn't think she had all the votes, I wouldn't believe it. She had the votes
last week and still went for it and won it.
But I wouldn't believe it. If she didn't continuously say she thought she had all the votes, I wouldn't believe it. The fact that I know she thinks she has the votes is why I'm like, you're kind of meaning this, aren't you? Because you actually
think Julie voted. She thinks she got Julie vote.
She thinks she got Julie vote. She thinks she got Keanu the HOH vote.
She is.
Let me get
not
off her though.
stupid
Let me get
enough
off her.
to vote in Blockbuster. She cannot be that dumb.
She was stupid enough to take out Jimmy, who was lotioning her legs the day before.
That's one thing.
Good morning,
Throwing the
morning,
like that would be like we've seen people do dumb nominations all the time. We've seen it
That's
8
true.
times this season.
That's
but
true.
Giving up safety, like if Morgan had used the veto on Vince, that is the level of stupidity I think as throwing the Blockbuster.
Yeah,
I refuse to believe anybody is that stupid. Now I could be wrong.
Yeah,
but
this season, this will be the season to prove you wrong.
We'll do it.
No, I don't think she will. But it pisses me off that she even said, "Shut up."
Girl, she's playing the game. You wouldn't be lying there.
She's not playing the game.
I ain't gotta lie and say I'm gonna throw you to win.
What hat got to do with the game?
I feel like you rated her lower based off that conversation, but I don't think that was a real conversation.
I hope it wasn't.
It shouldn't.
I genuinely don't even like it as a fake conversation. It's information that can be used against her. Yeah. It's not a good fake conversation. It's not a good lie. That's not a good lie. That's not a good lie. What does that lie do for her?
I don't think it goes anywhere. I think in her mind, she's trying to tell him that I will do this solid for you if you can get these votes for me. Mm-hmm. Basically, what she's saying. I don't think she's actually going to throw it. I think she's actually going to fight for it. And in the chance that she loses it, she's like, "Oh, Vince will vote me to stay because I told him I would throw it to him, and he can help me get Kelley and Lauren." I think that's her.
What's confusing me is she already thought she had those votes, so that's why I'm like,
she's she'd be lying to herself.
I can't really analyze it because it's like
look, y'all let me analyze it. Let me analyze it. I understand, Mickey. I do. You have to.
Oh, you in that delusional world?
It take one to know one.
I have to put myself in the delusional and lying mindset, and when I do, I understand Mickey. That's why I know she's gonna win this Blockbuster.
I know that's right.
Okay. Because why would Vinny, who put you on the block and was comfortable with you going home, he could then go rally the votes for you?
Like even if that's her intention, it's like, why would that happen? Why would he get? Why would if that's her intention, she's still stupid. What? Why would somebody? He's on the block.
She's the dictator, and you're mad about it.
You're right. You're right. Next is Lauren. Eric, how you feel about Lauren?
Who?
Real.
I forget the girl is there.
Amen.
She whispers. I barely hear her. Barely.
Why does she speak like that? That shit pisses me off.
Very demurely.
I'm safe.
Thinking that. Never mind. Go.
I might want to. No, maybe. No, I can't.
Oh my God, I cannot. And
she thought she ate with finding that little box for how to go veto.
I saw that. That little drawer that's with her pick. That was cute. She does cute things, you know. She cute, but when you remember her.
One.
What?
Amen. She's safe. That's why she get a 1 because she's safe.
Real.
And she can win.
Yeah, she can win comps. I think it's going really, really bad for her. Zach going home, Riley going home, Kat going home. Honestly, even Jimmy going home. Jimmy actually liked Lauren a lot. Like these last, Adrian going home. Ever since she won HOH, it's been bad for her. Honestly, and it's continued to be bad for her. Vince, like Lee said, Vince is going home this round. Terrible for her. Honestly, it's terrible for her. That's not a good thing if Vince goes home this round for Lauren. So she's not in a good position. It's Ashley. And she did it to herself. She really helped it happen. Unfortunately, fortunately for me, because using that veto, that HOA train, both of those things really catapulted the season to a direction that was worse for her. And then moving past this
better for us,
better for us,
absolutely,
amen. But moving past this week, it's like even if Mickey goes, Ashley, Will, Rachel, Morgan, Ava, that's majority of the house against you. And then
can't get Lauren up out of here.
And then I know that's right, Lee. This Lee favorite, y'all. And then even if Vince does stay, even if Vince does go home, even if Vince does stay, it's like that's not a reliable ally for you. He damn near like when her name did get pitched, he didn't say no.
He didn't say no.
Like her name got pitched, and he said, that could be a possibility. I don't know. Maybe. Like he was very much so with it. So it's like you don't even have a good ally.
Take him down some point. What did I give him? Give him a 3 because he should have thrown her up under the bus and backed it up over him. Because That was your guarantee that you was going.
That was a guarantee. That was a guarantee.
And you didn't fight for it. So yeah, go ahead, take him down.
Yeah, it's bad for her. I don't love it for her. I don't see moving past this week how she could get her footing, especially if Vince goes home. It's really bad for her. She's likely going to be nominated next week. A lot of people's nominate. Everyone I just named, their nomination set is Keanu, Kelley, and Lauren. The only person who wouldn't do it is Ava. But that's just not good for her. She could win a comp, but Keanu can't play. Keanu can't play the HOH. It's literally only Lauren, Kelley, or Vince. Vince would still target Keanu. In my opinion, I genuinely don't think Vince would nominate Rachel, Will, and Ashley. He hasn't done it yet. He's not going to start now. You're still not even going to be in a good position if Vince is HOH, because even if he doesn't put you up, he's going to put up your allies. Yeah. So she's in a very bad position, and she's not doing shit about it. I gotta give her a 2.5. You're not doing shit, mamas. Do something.
This passive gameplay that so many people in this season have is so infuriating. Like you expect the game to move, and you mad that you ain't got no allies. And you act like you woke up and they were just gone. No, you played a part in it because you did nothing to stop it, or you were the one who put them up on the block or voted them out.
Yeah,
and then you just sit around and lounge all day.
Lee, I know this your sister.
Look. At the end of the day, it's not going good for her. She literally, every ally she currently has is delusional and crazy. Okay,
and
Keanu, Kelley, and Vince. What is she going to do with Keanu, Kelley, and Vince? Not shit. Vince don't even give a damn about her. Vince was ready for her ass to go home this week over him. And then you have her, like I said, complaining about the other side not wanting to talk to her, and she's like, I'm just so done with these people, but she's not doing anything to make a connection with them. Like, she could be actively building a relationship with them. She's not Kelley, she's not Keanu, she's not Vince. Like, she's not someone they see as an outsider. She's not someone they see as a necessarily like target necessarily. She's building to become one over these last few weeks, but like, she hasn't had that same, like, I guess ostracization is not the word, but like it's more so like self-inflicted isolation. Mm-hmm. Like, she has been more so, I think, socially accepted in the game, and she hasn't really done much with that at all. Especially with it in game, she's not making too many strong relationships other than Vince. You know, she does have Kelley, which is good for her. Keanu's going to protect her. Ava. She's making a good relationship with Ava, and that's slightly extending towards Ashley a little bit. Ashley is starting to like Lauren a little bit more. But in general, she doesn't have any like strong or long-lasting allegiances, especially with, you know, we're about to go into jury. If Vince goes home this week, you know, the judges make up majority of the cast. They will literally be deciding the winner, and they don't really respect her game necessarily. So that's not the best either. It's just not looking good for her. I don't think that Lauren is going to go home, though, because Kelley's more annoying and has one more comps. Keanu's more annoying and has one more comps.
She's right behind
and Vince is a bigger threat. So I do feel like Lauren is so demure and quiet that even if she is a final nominee, like, they wouldn't take her out, but this season is so unpredictable. So I don't want to say that it's just set in stone. And because it's not set in stone, I'm gonna give her a 2.
Real. Ciao. Who we got next? Ashley. Ooh. This is my sister. I gave her 6.5 last week. I was feeling very good about her. We started off this week. It was kind of good because Keanu was like, I ain't gonna put her up, but now she's on the block. I don't think she will go home regardless of what occurs. She will not go home regardless of what occurs. I know that's right. She will not go home no matter what occurs. So that's really, really good for her. Moving forward in the game, she has a really good relationship with Will. She has a really good relationship with Rachel. If Mickey can stay as well, that will be very good for her as well. So she has places to go. You know, she is in the Judges Alliance. She is in a good position. I think the only thing holding her back is like the respect factor. I'm wondering if that will do it for her. And also, like, I'm just kind of curious how this end game will go. I can't see it. You know, I can't, because there's no structure in this game. I can't see, is the end game going to be Ashley, Will, and Rachel, and then Will takes Ashley or Rachel takes like, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't even know if Rachel will take Ashley or she'll take Will, or I don't know what'll happen because it's like, it's so loose. So I feel like I can't look that far. She's on the block, but she's just not going home at all. And she's really still in a good position. Honestly, like, I want to give her, it's hard because she's on the block, but she's not going home. I just don't want to give her that low of a score. I will say Mickey going home wouldn't be the best. Vince going home would be great, and either of those could happen. So she's kind of like just in the middle for me right now. Because she's on the block, I'm just scared to give her like a, the same score I gave her, a 6.5. So I'm like, let me bring her down to a cute little 5. Like, and she's even a little 5. 5 feels even high because she's on the block. I'm gonna do a 4.5. I'm gonna do a 4.5. I could just give it a 5. No, I'm gonna give it a 4.5. I'm gonna give it a 4.5, y'all. Because it's just one vote. I'm like, Ava a little. It takes Ava some time. Sometimes I'm like, could Ava flip? But Lee, how you feel?
Yeah, I think with Ashley, what's happening this week is kind of what my fear is about her in general. Like, she started off really disliked by a lot of people in the cast, and for some people that really didn't fully go away, which is why she is so easily nominated, which is why there's a small possibility that she could go home, because people don't necessarily see her as someone fully beneficial for their games. She's done a good job at making people like Rachel, Will, I would say even Mickey to an extent, feel that. But someone like Morgan, she is fighting hard to make sure that Ashley goes over Vince. And likely that happens anyway, because Morgan has just been obsessed with Vince since the beginning. But like, losing out of her vote is not the best for her. And then she doesn't have the connections with Kelley and Lauren. She never really had the relationship with Keanu like that. And these people are still going to be in the game, and Vince, and they're going to be looking for people to nominate if they win. So it's like, I don't love her prospects for safety going forward, because I do think that she is one of the more easily nominated people on that side. And because of this current state of the house, I do think she's one of the more expendable ones if the judges aren't able to maintain power for the next upcoming weeks, Yeah. So that's just a big fear of mine. I do feel like for her game to propel towards an end game, like, the judges are going to have to comp out, or there are going to have to be some very specific eliminations, for her, because I think it's just a matter of time before, if she is a final nominee, they're going to be like, well, girl, you can go. And that's just my biggest fear, especially this week, right before jury. It's a pivotal week. And I just think that, if she had been a better overall, I think, social player in those earlier weeks, we could have avoided something like this. But she was never really that kind of player. She's more so really good within her alliance, which is really good, because like, if Vince goes, she stays. Even if Mickey goes, the judges could control who win the game. And if she is in that end game, that's a lot of people who actually do respect her game, which is great, So she has like win equity on that front. It's just, how is she going to get there? So yeah, that makes me a little bit lower on her overall. I'm going to give her the 3.
Okay.
Eric, how you feeling?
Ashley, she's a difficult one, because I see her strategic mind. Like, even in the conversations that she's having, like, even when she brought up the judges, I feel like she's the only one that realizes that the judges is unstable. Unlike, I feel like Rachel really believes in it, Will really believes in it, and she was like, you guys, Morgan and Vince, they're numbers for us right now, but they got each other in this whole thing. And so Vince leaving is what's better for us overall over Mickey. Like, I get it, we don't like Mickey, but she's voting with us. We can use her. Vinny, he's loyal to himself and halfway Morgan. And so she sees the bigger picture. And that's what I love about her. Although she started off rocky in the beginning, over time, we've been able to see that Ashley actually understands this house dynamic better than anyone, honestly. She clocks Rachel. She like, girl, quit talking to Keanu. You can't trust this man. She's telling Will and everybody else, like, we can't really trust Vinny. Like, Vinny needs to go. It's not stable to depend on him. She still has the people that she has, like you mentioned, which is good. If she can make it past these couple of, these last few weeks, she can, she has a really great chance to make it to the end. When? I don't know. But I think that Ashley, this week, she is on the block. But it's not of her own doing. Because if Keanu wasn't going back on wanting Vinny off the block and hell-bent on saving him after throwing him up there, I honestly feel like she might not have hit the block, but because he was determined to try to ensure something and take some kind of power back, he was like, oh yeah, I'm going to make this power move against Rachel once again to show her that I'm the one in charge. So I'm going to throw her number 1 up there. And so I have to I'm going to give her a 4. Because I think she's playing a good game. She has recovered a lot of social capital. She is strategic. She sees the game for what it is, probably the one who sees it the most. But because those key other relationships with the Laurens and the Kelleys and the Keanus is not as strong, and it could come back to bite her if the judges don't start winning, or herself. She need to win something herself, honestly. She need an tomorrow.
Yeah. Tomorrow. Thursday. Will is next. Lee, how you feel about Will?
With Will, I really kind of like the trajectory of his game right now. I feel like even if Mickey were to go, if Vince leaves, that's good for him as well. I think the worst case scenario is if Ashley leaves, but because of his active social game, especially with Ava, she's not leaving. You know, he's the one securing Ava's vote to make sure that Ashley stays in the game, and that's really good. But what I've been saying for Will for a long time is that I think one of his best bets of being in that end game is continuing this judges structure. And that includes, in my opinion, Ava, Mickey, and honestly excludes Vince. I don't think Vince is necessarily the best person for his game because Vince isn't the best person for anyone's game. You know, he will throw anybody under the bus. Whereas with Will, he has a great relationship with Rachel, a great relationship with Ashley. Mickey always comes to him. Ava always comes to him. Morgan even comes to him. These people would take Will, I believe, all the way to final 2. So I feel like he should try to lock in this structure as much as possible. And a big reason as to why Mickey is also going home over Vince is because I think he allowed Ava in this Mickey situation, that dissension, to last too long. Because if he had been proactively with Ava, like, these girls are not turning on you, we still have to work with them, I do think she would be locked in a little bit more, but that's just not Will's game. Like, no shade to Ava, but Ava reminds me of like a Mackenzie in a way, or a Victoria in a way, where it's like she
got a guide
used as a pivotal vote to make things go your way. She has been a pivotal vote in the last 3 to 4 weeks. You know, she has been the necessary vote. So I feel like if he just had a better control of this group, every single eviction would be going his way, including this one. Like, Ashley nor Mickey should be leaving this week. It should definitely be Vince. And I think Will have the power to make sure that happens, and he doesn't wield it. And that just scares me for an end game with Will, because if he's not willing to like step up and like really push his agenda, it's like, you know, you can get ran over. And like, there were moments even this week where like Ava came up to him and was like, I don't know, these girls are throwing me under the bus. And in the initial conversation, he's like, yeah, whatever. And then the next day he's trying to like do damage control and be like, well, no, they're not after you. And it's like, you can't really do that. And he's done the same thing with Ashley. Like, people are starting to catch him in these things where he's like just saying whatever, and I guess he'll forget, or because he's on autopilot, he doesn't remember, and he comes back and he's like, oh no, this, but he's never gonna push extremely that hard. So even when he's like trying to like backpedal, it's like you're not fully hitting home on the point. Like, I believe every single woman in that alliance, plus Mickey and Ava, would listen to Will. They would listen to what he has to say. And I just wish he kind of did that more. And, you know, sometimes you want things from players that they cannot give themselves, but when you see someone in the position to do it, it's like you should be doing it. You know what I mean? And if he loses Ashley or Mickey this week, I don't think that's good for him. And like I said, I think he has the power to keep both of them in the game. And he's just not using it. But overall, with himself, I think he's safe. I would say the worst case scenario for him is Ashley leaving, and I don't see that happening. So I think even if Mickey leaves, he'll still be good. My biggest thing is that, you know, similar to Ashley, they need to control these next few HOHs and evictions, because if not, then he's going to be on the island. And I don't see Keanu, Kelley, Lauren, or Vince taking him to final 2 like these girls will. So it really just depends on how, you know, together they can keep this group of people. And, you know, I think for him specifically, like, regardless, he's going to be safe for the next few weeks. So I would say it's a 6.
Eric?
I agree literally with everything Lee said. We could write it down, copy and paste it. Because Will is in such a great position. Pop is my favorite player. I am rooting for Will. He's up there with Rachel for me this season in terms of who I would like to see win this game. Because seeing an older gentleman, older black man run this game socially is is with ease at that. Like you mentioned, like he has all this power, he just doesn't wield it. And I'm wondering, like, because he doesn't have to. In the back of his mind, he's like, why would I force my agenda when it's gonna go the way it needs to go without me doing it? And for us watching, it's like it's frustrating because it's like you can make it solidified, but you're banking on the fact that it's more than likely going to happen, so you don't have to push it. And so, unfortunately for us, it's like, dang, Will, we need you to do it so we can become. We want it for our comfort. It's really what it is. For our comfort, we want him to usher in his own will, pun intended. But I think he's safe. He is safe, even if the other side wins. For the next few weeks, even if they win, he's not going to be up on the block. So, and if he is, he's not going home because we have Rachel's a bigger target than him. Morgan's a bigger target than him. Everybody's a bigger target than him, but he has all this social capital that he can cash in at any time he wants to and make this game go the way he needs it to go. So I hope that they can keep the structure alive and well, because if they get out Keanu and Kelley, even if Lauren is still around, Will is dang near a lock for the final three and could win it all.
Yep.
I'm gonna give him 6 point. I'm gonna give him 7.
Real. Yeah, I agree with everything y'all said. I think I was on the 7 last week. I do think because Mickey could go home. She won't, but she could. I don't love that. So I'm gonna just do the 6.5, but I feel the same thing y'all feel. I think I feel even a little more that I could see a Vince taking him to final 2, because if I could see Vince he's not loyal to anyone. I don't think Vince is taking Morgan to final 2 just because that's his ally. He doesn't give a fuck about Morgan. If it's Vince, Morgan, and Will, I think he will take Will, and I think Will could beat him. You know what I mean? Like,
he'll underestimate him.
He'll underestimate it. I think a lot of people will take Will, actually. I can even see Lauren taking Will because she's going to be like, oh, well, I can't take Ashley. I can't take Rachel. Like, I could feel like a lot of people at the end game taking him. He's probably going to be in the final 2. We're at top 10, and I'm saying that. So I just feel like, ooh, he really could get it. He just has to control his game a little more, because even then it's like, you might not get respect over Vince. I would love for you to win over Vince because your friends in jury. Yeah. But if Mickey's not there, all your friends not in jury. You know, it's like it's little things, like Lee said. Next we have Rachel Riley. Eric, how you feel about Rachel Riley?
Oh, that's my girl. Rachel is my girl. Love her. This week she talked a little too much for me and my liking. She did. I know a lot of people are saying, oh, she shouldn't have said Ava. Rachel was not campaigning. Maybe I missed it, but when I was watching her have those conversations with Keanu, she did not mention Ava's name.
She was watching her mouth. She was like, somebody else.
Yes. And she was like, there are other options. He's like, who? Yeah. And he was like going through them, and he was like, Ava. And she was just, she did not say Ava's name. So I want the record to be clear for all y'all lying on timeline talking about she threw Ava up on the bus and she wanted her up there and campaigned for her. No, she did not. She never said Ava's name. She just insinuated that she was an option to go up. But Rachel being safe on Keanu's HOH after that blow up that they had last week, they're constant blow ups, honestly. I think she did a really good job with mending and minding that relationship. So much so he was talking to her about his plans. He was consulting her. He was like, listen, I know Ashley is your number one girl, and for you, I will keep her safe from initially nominating her. So I think she put in a lot of work with this man, more than she should have and needed to, but she did it for her own game, and it worked for Ashley until the veto got used, obviously. And she got the judges. She's pretty safe-ish in the judges. It's just those Kelleys and Laurens of the world that she has to be concerned with. But overall this week, I think Rachel can do the best that Rachel can do. I mean, she gonna be mad. She gonna flip out. She argued with Keanu after the veto ceremony. Was with Ashley on that. So Keanu was upset, but he'll have to live with it. I'm going to give Rachel a 6.5 because she could have controlled it a little bit better than what she did. So I'm gonna give her 6.5, but she's doing pretty good in this game, and she can win it. I never would have thought that Rachel being the sole winner in this season would make it to week 8 not being nominated at all. It's ridiculous, but it's a testament to her growth as a player.
She made it to jury. She's doing really good. I think it is good that her relationship with Keanu paid off and she didn't get nominated. Clearly good on her. She worked her ass off to try to get Ashley to stay off the block. She did not succeed, but she tried very hard. And that's one thing that helps Rachel's game. She's so active. I think the biggest issue with how I feel about her this week is that her two biggest ops, Kelley and Lauren, are still in this motherfucking game. Like, those are her biggest ops. Like, I'll be honest. They're both still here. They're moving forward. Vince is not the best for her at all. He's still going to be in the game. You know, that's not the best treat. And Keanu might, all four of her ops might still stay in the game in a way. And I don't like that moving into top 9 because it's like, that's damn near half the cat. 4 of the 9, if Mickey goes home, 4 of the 9 are people who aren't with you really, and that's not amazing. That's why I'm like, ooh, I kind of feeling a little itchy about her, especially because Kelley and Lauren are getting a little buck. If y'all saw Lauren's diary rooms on the episode, Lauren said, I'm sick of not playing this game. I am ready to play this game, and I will be putting up whoever I need to put up. She was talking big shit. Now,
8 weeks, week 8.
I do think this is my issue. I do think if it's a double eviction, that Lauren would go ahead and do what she got, because it's not too much time. She can quickly and scurry away, you know. So I'm getting worried for Rachel. Rachel's unnominated time, it's coming to a close, I do believe. I'm gonna give her the 6.5 as well, because she did her big one by not being nominated, by trying to get Ashley off the block, all of that. I'm gonna give her props, but ooh, I'm scared, y'all. Lee?
Yeah, I feel the same fear. You know, she still is a huge target in this game because she is a previous winner. She hasn't been nominated, which is so impressive. Like, she came into this game as a previous winner with no added security. I feel like, you know, other returnees, she came in on her own. The most she had was that week 1 have-not situation, and that didn't really catapult her anywhere. You know, she truly has gotten into arguments, made enemies, made people want to nominate her, yet she still lasted 8 weeks unnominated. That is so impressive. She's played 3 times. This is her 3rd time making jury. She's been able to win competitions throughout all 3 seasons. She truly is. If you ever doubted that she was on the Mount Rushmore of Big Brother, she solidified her spot. And I think that it's so impressive that she did this on her own. It wasn't that she won 3 HOHs and 5 blockbusters and 5 vetoes. She went unnominated, only winning 1 HOH and making 10 enemies in the pre-jury phase. This is the longest pre-jury phase in Big Brother history. And she went all 8 weeks unnominated.
And she's the longest return. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. From the previous winner, she's went the longest being unnominated from the previous winners who returned to this game, by the way, too.
So it's a lot of impressive work, and you can say whatever to I guess diminish it. However, every season is categorized with the people in the cast, you know. So regardless of the moves that were made, she still did things that put her on people's target list, and they did not go after her. And that was based on them feeling like they either could not, out of fear, which she instilled in them, or because she felt like they could actually work with her, which is something that she also extended towards them. So I think it's just really impressive in general. I am scared with her going forward because, you know, we have a double, maybe a triple coming up, and I do think she could be in trouble there, especially because she hasn't been just this comp beast this season. But overall, I just think that she's done a really, really good job for herself getting to this point, and she is still in a very secured position if her side can continue winning. With a lot of people on this side of the game, it just depends on if they can start winning these comps versus people like Keanu, Lauren, and Kelley. Because if they can't, girl, they finna get ran up the fuck out of here. And I do think Rachel could be one of the main, you know, victims of that. But I think everything's going good right now. I'm gonna say it's a 6.
Real. Child, last, and I don't know how she might be least.
Literally might be least.
Morgan. This is what the fuck is crazy. Because when I'm thinking about the week, Morgan started off as the target, and she had a conversation with Keanu, and he left the room, and he was like, low-key, Mickey could be the target. Morgan is not a bad player. What the fuck is wrong with her? She I think that's what pisses me off more about her, is that she's not a bad player. I think it's kind of like on Brent Steele. You know how on Brent Steele on the website where you could do the fake Big Brother shit, you can put someone's loyalty. I think she's overly loyal. Like her loyalty is crazy. Like she genuinely will damn near throw herself and literally use the veto on an ally in order to save them. You're doing way too much, and I do think that's her biggest fault. Like she was throwing her game away for Zach and Vince for so long. You were throwing your game away for them. You're a much better player with Zach and Vince. Without Zach and Vince, you're a much better player than them. And it's like her biggest fault is being tied to Zach and Vince. Like, I honestly think Vince going would definitely make her the winner of the season. I think the only thing holding her back from winning the season is Vince being in this motherfucking game. Like, she is genuinely a good player, and it's weird, but I can't do this decision. She won the power veto. Keanu had this silly ass plan to try to convince her to use it, and she genuinely was considering it. She was sitting there with her M&Ms in her bed. Well, I do it. It's crazy because the best scenario is me using the veto on Vince. What? Morgan, dang, queen. And that I can't get past that. I have to. She didn't do it, but she was so close. She damn near had to get convinced not to do it. And I don't love that at all. That is frightening. You don't prioritize your game. You're not self-interested enough, queen. So I have to give her a big punishment for that. I want to say good on her for not being the target. And honestly, the truth is, if she stays this week, I think she's kind of in the middle position in a way similar to Vince, because Rachel and Ashley know they need her. The other people know they need to target Rachel and Ashley. She's kind of in the middle position. So there's that, but I got to punish her for that. That was crazy. I'm going to give her the 3. And it could be worse. I'm honestly being generous. I'm going to give her the 3 for the concern. Why are you even considering? You know what? She didn't do it.
But she thought about it.
And she thought about it a lot. I'm going to give her the 4 for thinking about it. Lee?
Yeah, I think with Morgan, this vote is going to be really interesting for her. I think if Vince stays in the game, that's going to be the best scenario because she still has the judges protecting her. And I think with Vince being there, she'll get a lot of protection with at least maybe Lauren. Kelley is a wild card, so who knows? And then Keanu also will likely still be against her. But like those are just 2 people in the house. At that point would be 9. So it's not terrible, and she does have other targets in front of her. I think even if Vince goes, she still has a good relationship with Mickey. Well, I think her and Mickey are beefing again
they are beefing.
over some type of sandwich situation from today. So
yeah, they beefing.
That's actually a positive thing because I want Ashley to stay. Because for a second she was talking about keeping Mickey over Ashley.
Yeah, she was getting a little spicy.
I think that's out the window now. Thank God. But it's like she's been able to like work that relationship. They have like a little frenemies type situation. So I do think she'll be able to work that. She would, of course, still have Ashley and the judges. But without Vince, I feel like it makes her more susceptible to Keanu, Kelley, and Lauren, which isn't the best. However, I still feel like she would be kind of one of the least targeted from that judge's side just because of her connection to Vince, even though he's gone. So I think coming out of this week, she'll still be in a fairly good position because people just have way bigger targets to worry about right now. Like, I think the main person who will be looking at her for real will be Keanu because he wants her separated from Vince. But other than that, I don't see her necessarily, leaving anytime soon. But once again, this cast is very chaotic. So it's still possible. It's just, I do think she had a little bit more wiggle room than other players. So even with the decision she made this week, she didn't end up making it. And I do think she'll be able to really still do well past this week, even if Vince goes home. So I'll give her the 5.
Ooh, I hear everything that y'all saying, and I just can't get over the thought.
Real.
The fact that it even crossed your mind when you won that veto. They said, "Congratulations, Morgan, you have won the golden."
And she was so happy. She was wearing it around the house.
And it crossed your mind to even say, and it came out your mouth. I think the best move would be to use this veto on Vinny, who's sitting next to you, mind you, and the HOH was targeting you.
You the target.
Got sway, but you were his target, and you're going to trust him to put up somebody else, the right person. Morgan, she has played some of the most brilliant Big Brother we've seen in the last couple of weeks. Like, she was on the block during Rachel's HOH, the way she recovered and got that alliance together, split from Mickey, the Mickey exposed party. helped form the judges, and then ran the HOH, Vince's HOH last week, like the queen. Like he had no power. That was all Morgan. That was Morgan's HOH. And then this week, you win the veto. To save yourself, you finally won that comp that you've been talking about because you didn't win the wall like you said you were gonna do. You didn't win nothing else. You didn't win no blockbuster, but you finally won this veto. And you want to give it up to this man. That's not even your showman's.
Not even your man.
This is not your man. And you're about to throw your game away. The only person, I've always said that, Brendan is the only exception to using the veto on somebody else. When he saved Rachel BB13, that's the only exception. That was his fiance. And it worked out because she won the game. Because she had a better chance to win. That was the only exception. You are not Brendan. And so I don't know. I got to give her 3.
Well, I know that's right.
I was saying it was kind of gagging when Evil Dick did it to Danny Donato as well. I was like, family. But like, if you're not related to them, girl, are you crazy?
Like, you're not related. You're not engaged. What the fuck is a Vince?
You don't know this man.
You don't know him.
He got a girlfriend at home.
She met him 8 weeks ago.
Let her use the damn veto. God damn.
God damn. All right, y'all. We put them in order at the bottom of the list as per usual. Kelley.
Wait, I want to say real quick.
Oh, what's up?
This is the most kind of order we can even get it in. Like, this is the least confident I've ever felt in any of these scores at all. Because this game just keeps twisting and turning. Like, every single week, it's like these people are on top, these people are on the bottom. Like, I just feel like, girl, this could go any way.
Take it with 10 grains of salt.
Depending on who win HOH, everybody's top finna be at the bottom.
But right now,
this top 4 though. This top 4, I'm messing with.
The top 4 is cute because the bottom we got Kelley, Mickey, Lauren, Keanu, Vin, you know them. And then at the top we have Ashley, even though she on the block with the 3. My thing is the score is only a 3. Y'all, this season has had the lowest scores of the entire history of us doing this shit. Like, even when we do our BB rewinds, they're not this bad. Like, BB 2 Day was playing better than this. Way better, actually. BB 2 Day was kind of eating it up. Like, what is this? Literally. But we move, and then Morgan is. Wow, we punished Morgan, and she's still top 3, y'all. I think Morgan a sleeper here. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Like, she low key
woke up the last couple weeks.
She low key woke up.
Watching her and Will for sure.
Yeah. And then Rachel's number 2 and Will is number 1. Like, wow, I do. And they were the top 3 last week, just in a different order.
They were the top 4.
They were the same top 4. This will be a nice top.
Has it been that consistent? Who has been?
Let's see.
No.
How did Lauren get up there?
With a 4.
But look at the numbers.
Oh.
3, 3, 3, 3, 2. Yeah, it has. Will is the only one who's been. Will has been in the top 3 since week 5.
Wow.
King.
Yeah, King deserved. But yeah, here we are. This was beautiful. Eric, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. This was fun.
Thank you for being here. Tell the girls where they can find you.
Absolutely. So you can find me on Twitter, of course, at RockN, the letter N, Rollerson. I know it's spelled Rollerson, but it's Rollerson. And then, of course, you can find our podcast at A Who All Gonna Be There podcast at A Who All There on Twitter and Instagram as well. And if you're into like fantasy, sci-fi, all those things like that, I have my own small little channel on YouTube at the Air Chronicles. Where I'm trying to do more reviews and stuff on TV shows and movies and stuff that I like over there too. So
yes, y'all better get into that. Get into it. I got the links to most of his stuff in the bio as well. So if y'all want to check that out. And of course, make sure y'all get into that, subscribe and all of that. And if you missed it yesterday, we did have an announcement because the Reality Kingdom is hiring, honey. Hey. Now, I saw a lot of the girls talk about this post. Under it, they were commenting, I'm scared. I don't know if I'm allowed. Bitch, am I too old? Am I too white? All of that. We accept all races, ethnicities, and gender spectrums. What did Rihanna say?
Gender appropriation.
And all of that, y'all. This application is for any and everyone. If you feel like you are interested in coming on here and talking about your favorite shows, apply. I put the link to the application in the description, y'all. Look, it is a very open and welcoming community over here at the Kingdom. Y'all know how we get down. We accept everybody. So make sure y'all send in the application. We will be reviewing them. And then of course the deadline, the rough that it's not a extreme one. The rough deadline is December. But the link is in the description. The link is on our social media. If you are interested and you are scared, don't be scared, bitch. We're scared. Bitch, I was scared when we started. Like, I'm scared of you.
Absolutely. I can speak to it too, because we started 4 years ago, and we didn't know. Listen, we were on Zoom when we first started ours. Okay. So it's like we had no prior experience. We had to order mics from Amazon, cheap and affordable, and we just got to talking. I think that if you have a desire to join the Kingdom, which I highly recommend, don't be afraid. I mean, it's okay to be nervous. You're going to be nervous because it's like your first time. You're going to feel like everybody's watching you. They are, but nobody cares. You love this show or whatever show you're going to be talking about. It's going to work out. It'll be fine. Mm-hmm. They're not going to throw you to the wolves. Lee and Pharaoh got you. Okay.
Period. Thank you so much. And make sure y'all get into the other shit. Of course, every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're talking Big Brother. Australian Survivor is still going on, so we'll be covering that tomorrow as well. And then the challenge as well. So get into all of that. Subscribe, like, follow Eric's stuff, as we said. And thank you guys for keeping it real with the Kingdom, honey. We're out.